Hello, and welcome to Frank's School. I'm offering an alternative beginning here. This video, I may give it the number third year, first day, first video, alternate, A for alternate. It would normally, the way I number this would be the 43rd day, the first video, because 42 days I've already taught this year. But I thought I'd give an alternate start. I was thinking in terms of what if I were really in a school, public school, say, like I was, with a class coming in. Here they are. It's the day after Labor Day. That's a good day to start school, I think, not before Labor Day. I mean, if you're going to have the traditional public schools. I don't like too much that idea that you start school and then you have Labor Day and then go back. So you have a 4-day week this week, and last week would have been a short week usually. I'd rather just have 5-day weeks and not. That was one of my complaints that I kind of had. But anyway, if that were the situation, once again, these kids, they come back from the summer, they come into a building, they're full of their summer experiences, and they're excited to see their friends and all that, but a whole year coming. And what I had said that I did in the past, well, almost always did, was I started the year right off with a Shakespearean play. The first year it was Much Ado About Nothing. The second year it was As You Like It, although I didn't talk that much about As You Like It as much as I did. So I thought, well, the reason is still there. All the other teachers, 10th grade, that's what I imagine that I'm teaching now, 10th grade, all the other teachers are saying, here's the rules, giving out the books, you're getting used to everything. And what I would do, I think, is show a movie, because nobody else would. And not just any movie. I never showed a movie because I thought the kids needed a break or to entertain them. Never. I taught. And I would use, and I will use, starting tomorrow, The Taming of the Shrew. This is Zeffirelli's version of it, done in the 1960s, and tomorrow I'll start with that as an alternate start. What I did, and by the way, I still have 3 days left in the second year, and I'm very conscious of that. I know there are reasons that I have not taught them yet. I will. Now, this series, I began with this trip to Portugal and Spain. Portugal and Spain. Well, you know, there's in this public school here, there used to be, and probably still is, the policy that you could go on an educational trip for 10 days. You were allowed to miss 10 days of school maximum for an educational trip. Well, that would certainly fit in as an educational trip. You know, I tried to take you along. And then something else I wanted to say about that is as homeschoolers, and I really do aim this toward homeschoolers, that's my hope. Geography is a subject. That would cover geography. Now, it's very specific. It's only 2 countries, well, 3 if you count Washington, D.C., but 2 foreign countries, Portugal and Spain, but it is so intense and so real. I think that would be a valuable way to teach geography. And it's also humanities, because I don't really talk, when I travel, what interests me is what do humans do with the land? How do they farm it? How do they build? Where do they put their roads? Where do they settle? Where does their water come from? As you can probably see. So to that extent, you know, the humanities, I define that at the very beginning of this process as the study of human expression. That's what the humanities is to me. And one of the ways humans express themselves is by what they do to and with land. Now, I said like fresh bread. Why I did that immediately instead of letting it wait until, say, October or late September to teach that material is because that trip was so fresh in my mind. The footage keeps. It'll keep for years and years, sure. But the experience was right there. And so I thought that's why I should use it immediately. And that's how I ended up already having used 42 days of the year. That's more than a fifth of the year is actually passed. I'll have more to say about that. I think that could be put into the course throughout the year. And I do intend to teach 180 days. So there'll be at least 3 years worth of Frank's school. And I could also use it potentially as a buffer. If something comes up and I have to pause for some reason in the other stuff that I teach, there will be that trip. I'm just not sure. Projects, and I had said earlier, I'll spell that projects like that, my projects now are so varied, and I plan to take my viewers along on many of these projects, more so than even before. The humanities is the way I define it, is a very broad subject, and I have a lot of interests, and I feel that it would be worthy to consider that as part of the course. Now as 10th graders, I've unloaded my mind twice, two times 180 days, unloaded stuff that I wanted to teach. So now it's opening up more. I could say that if you want to get an idea of what I hope to do this year, you could still forget the A and go back and look at 3.1.1. I looked at it, and just about everything I agree with what I had said there. So I'm not really changing my idea for the year that's coming. What I'm doing is giving a different way to start the year. And so tomorrow I'll begin to talk about and ask you to view part of Taming of the Shrew. This is Zeffirelli's version. I had mentioned it earlier. You need to find a way to see it. I think a VHS tape, a VHS tape like this is also Zeffirelli, incidentally. I think it's the best way myself, certainly in the classroom. I think that's the best way to teach with. But a DVD would be fine as well. Buy it is what I say. Buy it. Don't even just rent it, because you're going to want to see it more than once, and I'm going to stretch it out over maybe 2 weeks as we look at this movie. So that will start tomorrow. Oh, there is one other thing I wanted to say. There's a woman out there who may be watching this, and she'll get a real jolt if she hears her name. Nanette is her name. I got a comment from Nanette. And I remember Nanette faintly. I knew her. Anyway, she said that she and her 8th grade age daughter are going to be taking my course. Wonderful. Oh, just wonderful. I did want to say that that's a heck of a commitment, though. I mean, this is a serious schooling, and 180 days worth of it. I mean, so that's my hope, that not just Nanette, you, or a few others, but many homeschoolers would take this course. I mean, take the notes, do the work. It's real. It's not just a way of putting in time. It'll change you if you get this, if you learn this material that I'm teaching, I think. So I believe in it. Well, this may be a little bit rambling, but you know, I'd worried a little bit how to say this on an alternate start. But tomorrow it should be easier, and we're going to be taking a look at that. So if there's any way that you can find to get a hold of that movie, and YouTube clips that don't actually seem to do it. I haven't found a way to just do that easily with YouTube clips, but maybe there is. All right, well, Roger, say goodbye. Say goodbye. We'll see you tomorrow.